If you are someone who fears that AI might replace your job, you might be in a job that can or will be replaced. AI won't replace programmers, but rather make it easier for programmers to replace everyone else. Now, if you watch my videos, you probably know that I'm not a programmer, and if you aren't a programmer either, this quote might scare you a little bit. But I think it's important to see the deeper meaning behind this quote from Pfohl. The point that he's trying to make is that AI isn't going to replace your job, but rather it's going to enhance it. Instead of fearing AI as a replacement for your job, use it as a tool, coworker, or assistant to increase the value that you can provide. This is how you maintain your personality, your authenticity, and your own creative flair in your work. The reality is that smart people are already using AI, and they're constantly learning how to use it better for greater impact, increased productivity, and increased output. And depending how in the loop you are with the whole AI movement, there are literally mind-boggling advancements happening on a daily basis. Like earlier this week, ChatGPT came out with its new 4.0 image generation system, or whatever you want to call it, and it is absolutely insane. Here's a quick example of a side-by-side that my brother sent me of a photo of his office that he used ChatGPT's new image generation update to create a 3D isometric model of his office, and it's so freaking cool. At this rate, it's wild to think about where we might be even 6 to 12 months from now with how quickly AI is advancing. But with all this being said, the important thing to keep in mind is this. Instead of fearing AI as a replacement for your job, use it as a tool, coworker, or assistant to increase the value that you can provide. If you are someone who fears that AI might replace your job, you might be in a job that can or will be replaced. But this problem can be solved by using AI to add to your value tool belt. For example, if you are a writer, don't let AI write for you. If you're a designer, don't let AI design for you. Or if you are a programmer, don't let AI code for you. Instead, use AI to spark ideas, avenues, or paths that you hadn't thought of previously, and let it help you with a first draft if that's something that you need, but then use your own creative touch to add your unique style. This is how you maintain your personality, your authenticity, and your own creative flair in your work. If you're older than the age of 25 or so, you might remember that the internet started with a bunch of wholesome blogs, communities, and forums that brought people together from all around the world. First of all, rest in peace to so many of these amazing forums and websites that are no longer in existence. But anyway, when the internet first began, there wasn't any need to perfectly curate your life. Your authentic self was literally all that mattered. But now we live in a world where there's an increased layer of inauthentic, cold content out there that doesn't relate with anyone. And as AI continues to increase in popularity and prominence, this style of content is only going to get more and more common. Most people spend hours of their precious time comparing themselves to others online while trying to maintain their own status. AK, we're unfortunately drifting further and further away from the OG internet. Because of this, the need for human interaction and community is only going to get more and more necessary. Everyone is craving it, and I think it shows. Now, and exceedingly more in the near future, people just want to connect with other humans. Your story, your struggles, and your mission are all things that AI will never be able to replicate. Therefore, if you want to build an authentic personal brand online, you need to lean further into these things. AI doesn't have soul, but you do. As I try to do my own part in keeping this wholesome side of the internet alive, I've decided to create a community that is called Seek Your Stoke. I have a weekly email newsletter that I send out called the Stoke Seminar, and so this is a play off the idea of seeking your stoke, which is the thing that excites you the most in life. If you are someone who's passionate about finding your purpose in life and building your life's work around a meaningful goal, this community is designed for you. I'll have a link down below in the description to join the waitlist, but this is something I'm planning to launch in the very near future. If this sounds like you, I'd be stoked to have you in there. So in order to use AI to increase your value, you first need to learn how to use it effectively. Since diving a bit further into AI this week while creating this video and doing some research for it, I'm learning that AI is a skill that you actually need to learn. I really don't consider myself an expert in this area quite yet, but here are a few ways that I am personally using AI as a creative entrepreneur. Number one is to use AI as your creative coworker. AI can be treated like a coworker and can be used to have conversations, brainstorm ideas, outsource tasks that you either aren't good at or don't necessarily want to do, and revise your work. I've been finding it helpful to literally view it as your assistant and to give it the tasks that you don't necessarily want to do or don't think that you'd be the best at doing. Number 2 is to use AI to distribute your ideas and content. Plain and simple, AI is making distribution so much easier. I've almost always been someone who's had a lot of ideas and a lot of things to share, but my problem has always been actually putting it out there online. Therefore, all of the ideas and work that I've created never really went anywhere beyond my own computer or hard drives. For me personally, I have a distribution problem, not a content problem. And if I had to guess, it's probably the same for you. I believe that we all live lives that are interesting, regardless if you believe that to be true in your own life, because the knowledge, experience, and interests that you possess are all things that will resonate with others. But if you don't have a good way or system to share these things online, you don't have a way of building an audience, connecting with your community, or finding clients as a business owner. Fortunately, AI can help you solve this problem. Just this past week, I've been experimenting with this, and honestly, I've been pretty stoked about the results so far, and here is what I've been doing. The first thing that I will do is write a long form piece of content. So this could be a newsletter, or like a blog post, or a YouTube video script. Or if you already have an existing piece of long form content, you can just copy and paste that as well. Number 2 is that I will copy and paste this piece of long form content into an AI platform. And number 3 is to ask it to make 5 to 10 social posts based on the ideas from your content. It might take a bit of back and forth conversation to get the results that you're looking for, but honestly, this is a great place to start. And even when you do get some great results, it's important to rework the results that it gives you to add your own flavor, your own personality, and just to make it unique to you. Like I said, I'm at the very beginning stages of using this workflow, but I'm really excited to experiment more and more with it and hopefully improve it through trial and error. If you want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I will have a link down below in the description for both of those. And then finally, I'm going to share with you the AI tools that I have personally been using or have been hearing a lot about so that you have a place to get started. The first one is Claude, and I've found this one to be great for any creative focused tasks. For example, I've found that it's a great place to start for written hooks or creating color palettes for a design that I've been working on. Honestly, it's pretty amazing what it can do, and I've only scratched the surface. The second one is ChatGPT, and this is great for just generic, general AI usage, and then also more recently, the image generation that I talked about earlier in the video. I believe their new model just came out a few days ago, which was at the end of March 2025, and it is absolutely insane. Again, this is one that I haven't dabbled with a ton, but this is so promising. I can only imagine where this is going to go in the next few months. And then finally, number 3 is Cortex, and this is a writing and second brain app that entrepreneur Dan Koh is building. I've been a Notion user for quite a long time, and I wrote my newsletter this week in Cortex, and I've been super excited about the layout. Also, it's super nice because Dan and Cortex provide a lot of free tools to get started in there, so they have a lot of prompts to help you with their Kai or KAI software that allow you to insert a prompt, feed it the information that it needs, and the results have been pretty amazing. I'm definitely excited to dive more into this and hopefully create more videos about it as well as I continue to learn more. If you have certain tools that you are using, I would love to hear about them down below in the comments because like I said, honestly, I'm still new to all of this. I'm trying to learn, and it would be cool to have you share in the comments down below so others can see as well. So as AI continues to progress, remember, view it like a coworker, not a competitor. It'll only replace your job if you don't hire it first. Use AI to enhance the work you enjoy and hire it to do the other tasks you don't. I'll have links down below in the description for my Content Clarity Crash Course, which is a free 8-day course to help you find your niche as a creative. And then number 2 is the Genius Journal, which is my entire creative workflow packaged up into a course that helps you generate and write new creative ideas every single week. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Like the video if you enjoyed it. My name is Eric. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.